Hey guys, this is the next installment. I've got the 332 tank all buttoned up and ready to take it for a little spin. This is going to be my Tamiya compatible IR battle tank. It's a Tigen full metal Tiger 1 early. Out of the box, this is just really such a great tank. It's just so far superior, and I think a lot of that is because there's been so many Tigers. They've done so much work with the Tiger tank. I mean, they ought to have it right by now, eh? So before we get started, there's just a couple quick things I got to clean up from other videos. Get out of here, buddy. My cat wants to be a video star. Before I said something about how the Mako and the RC2TG will give you reduced speed due to battle damage when you're fighting against Tamiya tanks. I think I might have got that backwards. The way it really is supposed to go is that the Mako by itself will not give you speed reduction. For that, you need the Mako and the RC2TG. Okay. Also, I should point out that since I've gone into hobbygrade, I still get confused and I still refer to the MFU as the receiver when actually it's not anymore. But you guys are smart cookies, so I'm sure you'll figure it out when I make the mistake and realize what happened. It's just kind of a habit, you know. Also, I hear the new smoke units are in at IMEX, and they're supposed to be a lot better with better quality, whatever that fiber material is that they put in the box to hold the fluid. It's like cotton, but it's not. Of course, it's Kevlar around the heating element. I also noticed when I was checking the videos that the screen on the 9X doesn't really show up that well on the video, but in person it's really good. As long as you put the backlight kit in there, you can see it just fine, indoor, outdoor, whatever, so I haven't had any trouble seeing it. Okay, now one thing that I keep forgetting to mention that I really like about the boards from RC Tanks Australia is that they're completely programmable. Kevin puts a programming port on every board he makes, and he sells a cable. It's cheap too. It's like 12 or 15 bucks, and I think you can get free shipping on that. And you can plug that cable into the board, and then it's a USB plug to your computer. So if there's a future update to any of Kevin's boards, he can hook you up over the internet and let you download updates to the programming in your board. I think that's really terrific. And the last thing I needed to clean up is that I've been talking kind of bad about the Tigen MFU, and that's not really fair, because for what it is and what it was designed to do, it's a darn good board. I've never had one fail on me. It's always done everything I wanted it to do. It's only when we get in there and start goofing around with these boards that we start getting problems, you know. So I was a little hard on the Tigen MFU, and for like a stock airsoft tank, it's just fine. I got no problem with it. But the truth is that it's really not that compatible with a hobby grade upgrade. I think in that area, the RX-18 might actually be better. But we'll see. The lipos haven't arrived yet, which I was really hoping they'd be here by now, and I'm kind of counting on them making a huge difference. I think they really will, because I noticed a huge difference just going from the stock batteries to the Onyx. When I step up to lipos, they should be just great. So let's get rolling. Now, one of the things that I like about the RCTA boards is that I have the hammerhead. And when I turn on the tank, if you watch, the hammerhead will talk to you and tell you what's going on. It comes on, it blinks, now it's going to go solid. Now that's your programming period, because you can program this board with a Sony. Now, it blinks now, 1, 2, 3. That 3 blinks meant that I'm currently programmed for light tank as opposed to medium or heavy. This tank is completely programmable just with this little remote. You can switch over from Henglong to Tigen, which is something you really only need to do once, but then you can change the programming of your tank and set it for light, medium, or heavy. I'm sure there's other stuff I can do, but I've had enough on my plate. I'll learn that in a minute. Okay, so like I said, this is the test. Let's get rolling, see how it's working. Tank's on, radio's on. Tank comes on. Now this one, the smoke unit is set on the normally open, which means that when you turn the tank on, your smoke unit is off. Now it's on because I hit the switch. Also, full volume control. And I've noticed that if you leave the volume alone on the transmitter, when you turn the transmitter and the tank off, when you turn everything back on, it'll still be set the same. The very first time you turn it on, it's going to come out at about that volume. It goes pretty loud. I like to run it a little more quiet in the house. Nice to have that volume when you're outside, though. I'm currently looking into getting better speakers, too. Now, because of the hammerhead, I can't really do much with the turret right now. I keep waiting to see if one of you guys is going to chime in. I can't believe nobody's ever installed a hammerhead on one of their tanks. I mean, how are you guys doing it? It doesn't have the plug like the Hanglong or the Kaizen. The wires run all the way down to the port on the Mako board. Now this carpet, like I said, is really hard on tanks. You got to have good control to get away with this stuff on this carpet. It's worse than running on grass, and I still get excellent super spin. I've got the 4-to-1 shaft or 4-shaft black steel gearboxes in there. I've noticed too that on this board there's still just a tiny little bit of track recoil, and I like that. This is actually pretty good. See it move back just like 1/8 of an inch? Not that time. Oh, I might have screwed up there. You have to wait until the hammerhead blinks 3 times before you fire again. Otherwise, it'll kill your tank for the whole reload period. Yeah, it should be good now. Now you wait, and there's the blink. That means my reload period is open. Let me turn the tank around, because I'm not sure you guys can see that. I think the barrel might have been blocking your view. Okay, we're waiting. Reload's over. You see that red blink. Then it's safe to fire again. There's still one more step for this tank, and that's the gecko. Both of them have got to get the gecko, and of course they got to get the LiPo batteries. So we'll be back to that. I think the LiPos are going to be next. I was hoping the gecko would be here, it would have been here today. So we'll see what happens. As soon as that's going to give us our proportional speed control on turret rotation. So as soon as that's here, I'll put it in the airsoft tank and the LiPos, and then we'll do another installment, and that might be the last one. So, like they say on them squad videos, see you next time.